Yes, dear students, as your midterm examination is appearing, so in this videos, I'll be explaining about what is the examination pattern, which are the topics are covered for the text test and the final examination. Okay, so dear students, for the midterm examination for the test, you will have the 15 multiple choice questions and one short essay, and the duration of the examination will be 1 hour. Okay, so multiple choice question will be there, one short essay will be there. The topic covered, that is chapter 3 and chapter 4, are the portion for the midterm examination. Chapter 3 and the chapter 4, the OD practitioner and entering and contracting. Okay, so OD practitioner and entering and contracting, so these are the two chapter which will come for the examination, which will have the 15 multiple choice questions and one short essay, and the duration will be a 1 hour. So in this video, students, I am high I'm will be doing the revision of the OD practitioner and the entering and contracting. Okay, I will be telling you what are the important question, what you have to study for the under the chapter 3 and chapter 4 for the examination. Okay, so the first one is the organizational developmental practitioner. Who are the organization developmental practitioners? Okay, so there are three kinds of the people. One is internal or external consultant, or the practitioner from the other discipline, but they apply the OD practices. Then the third people are the managers and the administrators who apply the OD from their OD in their day-to-day working life. Okay, so that is the OD practitioner. There are three set of the people whom we can call as a OD practitioner: internal or external consultant, who is already specialized in the OD profession, who is already working as an OD practitioners. Maybe a internal or external consultant they are working. Then the professional from the other discipline who works in the discipline which are related to the OD, they apply these OD principles to their work. Okay, the for example, human resource managers, organizational design, or the reward system, those who work in for a reward system, business strategy. Managers and the administrator who apply OD from their line. The third category are the managers and the administrator who gain competencies of the OD and apply these competencies to their work. So next we have under the OD practitioner, that are the competencies of OD practitioner. Competencies, there are which are the competencies, means what are the skills that is required for the OD practitioners. Okay, so the first skill that they require, it is intrapersonal skills, self awareness, self management competencies, knowing oneself, knowing their feelings and the purposes, self knowledge. Okay, that is intrapersonal. So next competencies that is required is interpersonal. So ability to create and maintain the effective relationship, ability to create and maintain the effective relationship with individual and the group, practice of the active listening and serving as the role model, interpersonal skills. Okay, so this is already explained to you in detail in the previous videos under the OD practitioner. So I'm in today's video, I'm just doing the revision for the examination. Competencies of OD practitioner. Third competency, general consultation skills. They need to know the about have the knowledge about the consulting process. What are the they should design and execute the intervention. Should know the knowledge about design and execute the intervention. How to carry out an effective diagnosis in the organization, that should be known to them. So next it is the the next competency is organization developmental theory. There are four competencies they must have. One is intrapersonal, interpersonal, general consultation skills, and the organization developmental theory. So organization developmental theory, general knowledge of the organization. They should have the knowledge about the organization developmental concept. What are the action research model, what is change model, what are the OD intervention, such things conceptualize, such theoretical knowledge they should have with related to the field of organization developmental theory. The role of OD practitioner students, the role of OD practitioners, they are they either they perform as a next concept, we have a role of OD professionals. Okay, so internal or external, they may work. Marginality, ability to work in the two or more groups. Emotional dependence demands, it is emotional intelligence. Okay, students, under this subject, what is more important is role and the characteristics of OD practitioner, competencies, Then the compare between internal and external OD practitioner, understand the values and the ethics. Okay, so who is internal and external? Already told you. So internal people are who are internal to the organization. External are the outside the those who are working in the outside of the organization. They are OD consultants or the OD professionals. Okay, so next, careers of OD professionals. They may be career choices may be they may work as a internal or external consultants. Okay, so career choices will expand if they acquire master's degrees in OD or a doctorate in the OD. So OD careers may be a stressful, leading to the burnout. Sometimes OD careers also considered as a stressful, which will lead to the burnout of the employees. Okay, which will lead to the stressful their employees, because they have to deal with the multiple clients. They may not get time for their personal life, etc. So what are the professional ethics that is occur in the OD professional, OD practitioners? Okay, so one is ethical dilemma, that is misrepresentation. So OD practitioners and the client organization will have their own idea with related to the certain OD intervention. So when they have different ideas, when their ideas are clashing, then misrepresentation will takes place. Misuse of the data that is be collected by the OD practitioner in the process of diagnostic stage. So that should not be misused. Okay. Next, we have ethical dilemma coercion, that is the forcing the employees to participate in the OD intervention. Okay, it should this should not interfere with the freedom of choice, with the which hinders the development of independent problem solving. So helping the relationship can foster the dependency and manipulation. Next, value and the goal conflict. So this is the when the value and the goal of the each party is when it is not clear, then the clash between the value and the goal will takes place. Technical in business is nothing but when the when the practitioners are trying to implement the when the practitioners are trying to implement the such intervention where they are not skilled, or they are which are not appropriate for the organization. So these are the ethical issues that are that which are you know involved in the OD professional students. So, in detailed notes will be given to you with related to the OD practitioner and the entering and contracting. So, kindly refer those notes, students. So, next, I am moving to the entering and contracting. I'm explaining entering and contracting. So entering and the contracting is the first stage in the first steps in the process of OD process, first steps in the OD process. So when there is a problems are existed, so the the organization will seek the help of the OD practitioner. So then there is a entering that state, the entering will takes place. Okay, so here it is entering into the relationship between the client as well as the OD practitioner. The client are the organization, and the OD practitioners are the OD consultants. Okay, so there are three issues that will be involved in entering into the OD relationship. That is clarifying the organizational issues. One is clarifying the organizational issues. What are the problems that is faced by the organization. To get a clear perspective of the issues, they need to have the data collection. Then the preliminary data should be collected by the OD practitioner. Then determining the relevant client who will represent from the organization in the OD process. Who will be the client in the sense from the organization member, which member of the organization, who identifying the such a person who has the impact on the change issues, who can directly impact on the change issues. So involving all the relevant members in selection of the OD practitioner. And if the situations are very complex, then the determining the client relevant client will be very difficult, or it differs from the situation to situation. For example, one organization may be unionized organization. So while selecting the relevant client, you need to involve the union members also. And if there is a problem that is existed between the two or more department, then you need to involve those members of the department also in the definition of the relevant client. So next, students, it is selecting the OD practitioner. Selecting the OD practitioner is another one, like selecting the relevant OD practitioner who has the experiences and expertise to work with the people of the organization, who can work with with the people of the organization. So references, like references should be checked, like how he was worked before, what type of the organization he was involved, what kind of the technique that he was used in the previous organization. Okay. Next, students, that is entering into the OD relationship. Entering into the OD relationship has the three issues. One is clarifying the organizational issues, then selecting determining the relevant client, and the third one is selecting the OD practitioner. So now developing the contract, again developing the contract will have the three issues. That is, one is mutual out expectation. So mutual expectation is nothing but both the party organization as well as the OD practitioners will have their own expectation. What they should clarify those expectations. What the organization is expecting from the OD practitioner should be clearly stated to the OD practitioner. What the OD practitioners are expecting from the organization, that should be clearly stated. Their expectation should be clearly clarified. So and the working relationship be established by the clarifying the mutual expectation. Second, time and the resources, like what time both client as well as the OD practitioner will invest in this OD process. What are the resources will be provided, whether the resources will be provided to access to the client, or access to the key managers or the members, or whether the OD practitioner has the resources to access to the information, etc. So time and the resources. Next, it is the ground rules. Ground rules is nothing but how they will work, what are the criteria on which they will work. So like main rules with related to the confidentiality, and what are the practitioners roles in the process, what is the role of the what are the role of OD practitioners in this OD process, like whether to give the recommendation, or whether to help the managers to give it take the decision, etc. So what is the practitioner's roles? So again, in the developing the contract, there are three issues. One is a mutual expectation, time and resources, and ground rules. So under this entering and contract, you have to study what are the issues involved in entering into the OD process. They are clarifying the organizational issues. Second one, determining the relevant client, and the third one is the selecting the OD practitioner. So again, what are the issues associated with the contracting of OD process? And there are three issues. One is mutual expectation, time and resources, and the ground rules. So that's all for the examination point of view. So study well for the examination, students, and the detailed notes will be given in the week 7 folder. Okay, thank you so much.